Greetings from Exam Heist. We have identified important exam questions. Practice these important questions 2-3 times to get 100% success in exam. Subscribe and comment, share PDF in the below comment section to get PDF of these 40 important questions. If you want to access full dump, please visit www.examheist.com. We have 24/7 support available for your doubts and exam queries.
Question 1. What are two characteristics of RPC-AP calls? Choose 2. Option A. They can be used only on network devices. Option B. They use only UDP for communications. Option C. Parameters can be passed to the calls. Option D. They must use SSL, TLS. Option A. They call a single function or service. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option C. Parameters can be passed to the calls. Option A. They call a single function or service. Question 2. Which two actions do Python virtual environments allow users to perform? Choose 2. Option A. Simplify the CI/CD pipeline when checking a project into a version control system, such as Git. Option B. Efficiently port code between different languages, such as JavaScript and Python. Option C. Run and simulate other operating systems within a development environment. Option D. Quickly create any Python environment for testing and debugging purposes. Option A. Quickly create an isolated Python environment with module dependencies. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option D. Quickly create any Python environment for testing and debugging purposes. Option A. Quickly create an isolated Python environment with module dependencies. Question 3. What are two benefits of leveraging Ansible for automation of Cisco iOS XE software? Choose 2. Option A. Ansible playbooks are packaged and installed on iOS XE devices for automatic execution when an iOS device reboots. Option B. All iOS XE operating systems include Ansible playbooks for basic system administration tasks. Option C. It is a device-independent method for automation and can be used with any type of device or operating system. Option D. Ansible playbooks can be written from the iOS XE exec command line to configure the device itself. Option A. It does not require any modules of software except SSH to be loaded on the network device. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option C. It is a device-independent method for automation and can be used with any type of device or operating system. Option A. It does not require any modules of software except SSH to be loaded on the network device. Question 4. Which two features are foundations of a software-defined network instead of a traditional network? Choose 2. Option A. Control plane and data plane are tightly coupled. Option B. Build upon a robust software stack. Option C. Requires device-by-device level configurations. Option D. Automated through expressed intent to a software controller. Option A. Requires significant physical hardware resources. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option B. Build upon a robust software stack. Option D. Automated through expressed intent to a software controller. Question 5. What are two characteristics of synchronous calls to APIs? Choose 2. Option A. They can be used only with certain programming languages. Option B. They make your application less portable, so asynchronous calls are preferred. Option C. They can add perceived latency to your application if data is not received. Option D. They block until a response is returned from the servers. Option A. They do not block while waiting for the API to be processed. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is Option C. They can add perceived latency to your application if data is not received. Option D. They block until a response is returned from the servers. Question 6. Refer to the exhibit. What is the result when running the Python scripts? Option A. S1. Option B. S2. Option C. S1. S2. S3. Option D. S3. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option B S2. Question 7. What is a benefit of developing an application in a Python virtual environment? Option A. The application operates in multiple target systems simultaneously. Option B. The application supports concurrency or multi-threading. Option C. The application operates across systems that have different operating systems. Option D. The development environment is isolated from Python projects that already exist. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option D. The development environment is isolated from Python projects that already exist. Question 8. Refer to the exhibit. Which type of YANG container is described by the JSON instance provided? Option A. Interface configurations. Option B. Active. Option C. Interface name. Option D. Description. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option A. Interface configurations. Question 9. Refer to the exhibit. Which ENAUTO protocol operation is used to interact with the YANG model? Option A. Less than edit config greater than. Option B. Less than get greater than. Option C. Less than get config greater than. Option D. Less than copy config greater than. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option B. Less than get greater than. Question 10. Refer to the exhibit. How many YANG models does the ENAUTO less than get greater than operation interact with? Option A. 1. Option B. 2. Option C. 3. Option D. 4. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option C. 3. Question 11. Which statement describe the difference between OpenConfig and native YANG data models? Option A. Native models are designed to be independent of the underlying platform and are developed by vendors and standards bodies, such as the IETF. Option B. Native models are developed by individual developers and designed to apply configurations on platforms. Option C. OpenConfig models are developed by vendors and designed to integrate to features or configurations that are relevant only to that platform. Option D. Native models are developed by vendors and designed to integrate to features or configurations that are relevant only to that platform. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option D. Native models are developed by vendors and designed to integrate to features or configurations that are relevant only to that platform. Question 12. Refer to the exhibit. An engineer creates a Python script using RESTCONF to display hostname information. The code must be completed so that it can be tested. Which string completes the highlighted areas in the exhibit? Option A. YANG data plus JSON. Option B. YANG plus JSON. Option C. YANG data plus JSON. Option D. JSON. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option A. YANG data plus JSON. Question 13. Which statement is true for Cisco iOS XE software? Option A. RESTconf supports JSON and XML and ENAUTO supports XML. Option B. RESTconf supports XML and ENAUTO supports JSON and XML. Option C. RESTconf and ENAUTO supports JSON and XML. Option D. RESTconf supports XML and NETCONF supports JSON. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option A. RESTCONF supports JSON and XML and NETCONF supports XML. Question 14. Refer to the exhibit. Which NETCONF statement type is represented by +RW address? IP. Option A. List. Option B. Leaf list. Option C. Container. Option D. Submodule. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option A. List. Question 15. The automation engineer must replace device configuration using RESTCONF. How is this configured using the Python library requests? Option A. Delete. Option B. Post. Option C. Put. Option D. Patch. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option C. Put. Question 16. Which function is available in NETCONF and unavailable in RESTCONF? Option A. Configuration changes are automatically activated. Option B. Uses the Yang data models to communicate. Option C. Supports JSON and data encoding. Option D. Validates the content of a candidate data store. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option D. Validates the content of a candidate data store. Question 17. Which setting is used for the dampening period when configuring an on-change publication for Yang push versus open config? Option A. Null. Option B. -1. Option C. 0. Option D. 1000. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option C. 0. Question 18. Setting is used for the dampening period when configuring an on-change publication for Yang push versus open config. What are two characteristics of synchronous calls to APIs? Choose 2. Option A. They block until a response is returned from the servers. Option B. They make an application less portable, so asynchronous calls are preferred. Option C. They add perceived latency to an application if data is not received. Option D. Calls are limited to specific programming languages. Option A. They do not block while waiting for the API to be processed. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option A. They block until a response is returned from the servers. Option C. They add perceived latency to an application if data is not received. Question 19. Refer to the exhibit. What is a characteristic of the tree? Option A. 3 optional metrics. Option B. 2 leaf lists. Option C. 10 leaf lists. Option D. 3 containers. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option B. 2 leaf lists. Question 20. When working with MV-Sense APIs, which type of protocol is MQTT based upon? Option A. Publish-subscribe messaging protocol. Option B. Simple mail transport protocol. Option C. Heavyweight messaging protocol. Option D. Computer vision protocol. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option A. Publish-subscribe messaging protocol. Question 21. Refer to the exhibit. Which device type is functioning in a degraded state? Option A. Access point. Option B. Distribution switch. Option C. Access switch. Option D. Wireless LAN controller. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option D. Wireless LAN controller. Question 22. Which 2 netmiko methods are used to configure a device? Choose 2. Option A. Send_config. Option B. Send_control_from_file. Option C. Send_config_set. Option D. Send_command. Option A. Send_config_from_file. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option C, send_config_set. Option E, send_config_from_file. Question 23. Refer to the exhibit. An engineer creates an Ansible playbook to configure VRF information using a local _VRFs variable. The code must be completed so that it can be tested. Which string completes the code? Option A, present. Option B, up. Option C, on. Option D, active. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option A, present. Question 24. Refer to the exhibit. Which XML tag completes this NETCONF telemetry subscription with a Cisco IOS XE device? Option A, cron tab. Option B, cadence. Option C, frequency. Option D, period. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option D, period. Question 25. Which two statements are benefits of YAM push telemetry data over traditional data collection? Methods. Choose two. Option A. The subscription requests use less bandwidth than SNMP polls. Option B. It uses UDP rather than TCP. Option C. You can precisely define data subscriptions. Option D. It scales better than SNMP. Option A. It is supported on more devices than SNMP. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option C. You can precisely define data subscriptions. Option D. It scales better than SNMP. Question 26. Which tag is required when establishing a YAM push subscription with a Cisco IOS XE device? Option A. Less than YP. Period greater than. Option B. Less than YP. Subscription result greater than. Option C. Less than YP. Subscription ID greater than. Option D. Less than YP. X path filter greater than. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option D, less than YP. X path filter greater than. Question 27. Refer to the exhibits. An engineer creates a Python scripts using NC client to display interface information. The code must be completed so that it can be tested. Which expression completes the highlighted section in the format call? Option A. INTF_info. Option B. INTF_config. Option C. INTF_get. Option D. INTF_config. 0. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option B, INTF_config. Question 28. Refer to the exhibit. What is the correct NC client method to use to collect the running configuration of a Cisco IOS XE device that uses NETCONF? Option A. Config equals M. Copy_config. Source equals running. Option B. Config equals M. Get. Source equals running. Option C. Config equals M. Collect_config. Source equals running. Option D. Config equals M. Get_config. Source equals running. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option D, config equals m.get_config. Source equals running. Question 29. What does the command boot IPXE forever switch 1 perform when executed on a Cisco IOS XE device? Option A. It continuously sends DHCP requests for IPXE until the device boots with an image. Option B. It continuously sends DNS requests for IPXE until the device restarts. Option C. It continuously sends DNS requests for IPXE until the device boots with an image. Option D. It continuously sends DHCP requests for IPXE until the device restarts. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option A. It continuously sends DHCP requests for IPXE until the device boots with an image. Question 30. Refer to the exhibit. A Python script is used to configure a Cisco IOS XE device. The script must be updated to print the IP addresses of all the loopback interfaces. Which statement should be added before the loop? Option A. Interfaces equals response. JSON. IETF interfaces. Interfaces. Option B. Interface equals response. JSON. IETF interfaces. Interfaces. Option C. Interface equals response. JSON. IETF interfaces. Interfaces. Interface. Option D. Interfaces equals response. JSON. IETF interfaces. Interfaces. Interface. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option D. Interfaces equals response. JSON. IETF interfaces. Interfaces. Interface. Question 31. Which environment must be enabled to complete the zero-touch provisioning process on a Cisco IOS XE device? Option A. TCL. Option B. ZTP Open Service Container. Option C. EEM. Option D. Guest Shell. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option D. Guest Shell. Question 32. Refer to the exhibit. A REST-conf GET request is sent to a Cisco IOS XE device. A portion of the response is shown in the exhibit. Which module name corresponds to the YANG model referenced in the request? Option A. IETF interfaces. IETF IPv4. Option B. IANA if type. Ethernet CSMACD. Option C. IETF interfaces. Interfaces. Option D. IETF interfaces. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option D. IETF interfaces. Question 33. Refer to the exhibit. A REST-conf GET request is sent to a Cisco IOS XE device. The base URL of the request and the response in XML format are shown in the exhibit. What is the YANG data node that is referenced in the response? Option A. Root is a leaf list. Option B. Static roots is a container. Option C. Static roots is a list. Option D. Routing instance is a container. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option B. Static roots is a container. Question 34. What are two characteristics of REST API calls? Choose two. Option A. Unencrypted. Option B. Non-cacheable. Option C. Stateless. Option D. Implemented over HTTP. Option A. Parameters passed in the headers. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option C. Stateless. Option D. Implemented over HTTP. Question 35. Refer to the exhibit. The configuration commands are entered in CLI-config mode to configure a static telemetry subscription on a Cisco IOS XE device. The commands are accepted by the device, but the consumer receives no telemetry data. Which change must be made to ensure that the consumer receives the telemetry data? Option A. The IP address of the receiver must be set. Option B. The stream type must be set to YANG. Option C. The update policy period must be shortened. Option D. The sender IP address must be set. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option A. The IP address of the receiver must be set. Question 36. Refer to the exhibit. NTP server 10.1.1.20 must be configured on the target Cisco IOS XE device without using authentication and logging. Which state should be added on a new line at the end of the answerable task? Option A. State true. Option B. State started. Option C. state, present. Option D, state, installed. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option C, state, present. Question 37. Refer to the exhibit. A Python script is used to configure a Cisco IOS XE router. The loopback2 interface currently has a description of management 2 and an IP address, netmask of 10.222.34.22.30 seconds. Which is the result of executing the script? Option A. The interface description remains the same. Option B. The router rejects all commands and the configuration remains the same. Option C. The interface is removed from the configuration. Option D. The interface description is removed from the configuration. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option D. The interface description is removed from the configuration. Question 38. Refer to the exhibit. Interfaces named loopback 0, loopback 1, and loopback 2 must be created and enabled on a Cisco IOS XE target device in the lab group. Which loop must be added to the end of the Ansible --create int task? Option A. With underscore items, int list. Option B. With underscore parent, int list. Option C. With underscore list, int list. Option D. With underscore groups, int list. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option A, with underscore items, int list. Question 39. Refer to the exhibit. Which interface is included in the payload resulting from the script? Option A. Ethernet 1. Option B. Ethernet 100. Option C. Ethernet 1/1. Option D. Ethernet 0. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option C, Ethernet 1/1. Question 40. Refer to the exhibit. A REST-conf GET request is sent to a Cisco IOS XE device. The base URL of the request and the response in XML format are shown in the exhibit. What are the two Yang data nodes and modules referenced in the response? Choose 2. Option A. Description is a key field defined in the interface list. Option B. The Ethernet CSMACD type is imported from the ENAUTO type module. Option C. Address is a container defined in the IETF interfaces module. Option D. IPv4 is a container defined in the IETF IP module. Option A. Interface has the Yang data node type of container. Choose the correct answer. Correct answer is option A. Description is a key field defined in the interface list. Option B. The Ethernet CSMACD type is imported from the ENAUTO type module.